G1.
This is Rod Stars.
Together we Rebel Diaz.
And we chilling right now in the South Bronx at Mothers on the Move, standing in front of the Richie Perez Radical Library.
In this segment, we have a follow-up with Claudia de la Cruz on El Reporte.
I also hit the streets and got some more word on the streets about my NYPD.
We're also following up with Quilombo artist Boca Floja on today's Rooftop Live, as well as a premiere of his exclusive music video, Mecanica, featuring Cambio.
The Ramarley Graham case is a case that for us really hit close to home. It hit our hearts, and we were heavily involved in the streets, fighting back against the NYPD for this senseless murder. Claudia de la Cruz had a chance to sit down and have a more in-depth conversation with Ramarley Graham's mother, Constance Graham.
Well, welcome, Constance. It's a pleasure to have you here with us tonight. We're following up on our conversation, which was really brief, at the Mothers Cry for Justice event that took place on Mother's Day. And we thought it was important to have more an in-depth understanding of what happened. Can you share a little bit about what happened to Ramarley on February 2nd?
Sure. February the 2nd, 2012, my son was walking with two friends on White Plains Road. On his way home, he saw a couple of friends on the corner where he stopped and gave them a hug, pound gesture, you know how young kids does. The cop was under, I guess, I'm not sure where they was positioned, but they was positioned on White Plains Road also, and they was surveilling the bodega. This has nothing to do with my son. When he walked home, he left his two friends behind because he was going to change his clothes. I guess he was supposed to meet up with some girl or something. So he left them behind and went to the house because I'm the mom. I don't want nobody in my house if I'm not there, especially as a boy child, you know, and proceed to open the door and went inside. A couple minutes later, you see cops running from the opposite direction where he was coming from. Moments later, he was dead. So when I got to the block and across from where I live, you know, across the street, there was a barricade there. Went to the office and I told him, look, I live here, 749. A couple of white shirts came. I'm not sure if it's captain or whoever they was, and they said to me, can you go to the precinct? So I went with him. He told one of the cops to take me to the precinct. They took me upstairs where they do the interrogation. And there was a bench in the hallway. He said, sit right here, I'll be right back. There was a half a counter. And he went over there, and there was another officer on the other side of, other side of the counter. He said to him, I'm coming from the homicide. I froze. I didn't know what to do. It's like, am I really hearing right? I don't know what he means he's coming from a homicide because this is a three-family house. I don't know who got shot. I sat on the bench, froze, and here comes an officer bringing my mom. She said to me, they killed Ramarley. And that time, that's how I got confirmation.
Richard Hayes is the officer that killed your son.
Yes.
And he was charged with manslaughter.
Yeah, he was charged with manslaughter 1 and manslaughter 2. We was going to court for almost a year, and we thought the trial was about to start. May 15, I believe it was, when Stephen Barrett, that's the judge, tossed out the case on a technicality because 2 little words and an R, I believe it was. They said those 2 words was misleading to the grand jury. So he decided to toss the case. But he gave us 2 options, to appeal or go back to the grand jury. We chose to go back to the grand jury and take our chances there because we know we had such a strong case. We believed that we could get a second indictment, but we didn't get a second indictment. So right now, we hoping that the Department of Justice would take the case. They came and they said they was going to take a look into the case. So as of August of last year, that's what they told us. And August is going to be next month. It's going to be a year, and we still haven't heard anything from them.
So we're going to be asking people today about the hashtag MyNYPD.
I don't never have problems with the police because they be running from me when I break my camera out.
Hey, one day my friend was in the hallway smoking, and I just came outside, and they arrested me with her because I said hi to her. I got arrested for being black.
And when it comes to the justice system, you know what I mean, all that innocent proven guilty, guilty proven innocent, all that went out the window a long time ago.
Boy, PD are bullshit, trust me. Peer harassment, them harass people on the street, you see me? They can't walk in peace. Every day, the same thing them are dealing with, you see me?
Skating here is pretty tough with all the cops around. Skating the spots, all the cops always kick us out.
You're out here to protect us? Do it right. Don't go around throwing young kids through the window or putting your knee on somebody's chest.
because you know, because you never know, that person got an asthma problem or any type of sickness. You know, if he can't breathe, they don't care. I mean, like a couple of years ago, about the kid who got choked by the cop, and the kid had dirt in his mouth.
When we talk about hip hop, we're not just talking about the art of emceeing. We're also talking about b-boying, about graffiti, about DJing, about knowledge. You recently released a book of poetry, of some of your writings, and if you could tell us a little bit about that experience of writing that book, and also what the future holds for your career as a writer as well, beyond just being an MC.
Yeah, well, this one is actually my second book. It's the first time I get the chance to write or present it in both languages, English and Spanish. It was really important because a lot of people follow us, you know, as rappers or as performers, but it was really important to produce in different formats. Like produce a book is going to open the door for a lot of young kids, especially in the most marginalized communities in Mexico, to be like interested in reading. So that's important. Another thing is that we're reclaiming and creating our own narratives, our own system of knowledge. Y ponerlo en el espacio académico without the academics telling us what to do and just treating us as the object of study. We are now producing our own narratives. Después de la cuestión del libro, estoy escribiendo una obra de teatro también. I'm just writing a script for a new play y es más o menos la misma dinámica, hablando sobre colonialismo, sobre relaciones raciales, sobre sexualidad y todo siempre con un vínculo necesariamente comunitario, de responsabilidad social y de utilizar el conocimiento como una forma también de participación política.
And I appreciate you say that because, you know, one of the essences I feel of that's always been consistent in hip hop es la idea de keeping it fresh, you know, siempre reinventándose. ¿Qué más para adelante? ¿Cuál es el futuro proyecto que van adelante para no solo para ti, pero para tu colectivo Quilombo Arte? What does that look like moving forward?
Well, definitely exploring different formats. Definitely the visual element is really fundamental nowadays to communicate with the youth. So we're working on a documentary that is going to come up in 2015, the play. And hopefully one day we'll be able to establish ourselves on a physical space, something that we've been learning from people like you guys, that's definitely fundamental for any process of you know, social transformation, or as a collective or as an individual, having a physical space where people can go and on an everyday basis trying to build with the community, doing workshops, film screenings. That's definitely something that we're looking forward in the future to develop as a Quilombo collective, you know.
Cuando tú vas para la bodega, ¿qué compras?
Cuando voy para la bodega compro agua de coco.
Yeah. There you have it. We're here with Boca Floja on the top of the world, the Mecca in the South Bronx. Coming up next, we have Boca Floja rocking his joints. Peace, y'all.
I'm gonna call my crew, you gon' call your crew. We can rendezvous at the bar around 2.
Soy la energía del verano 95. Baila boricua morena este Latin lingo. Con este phonics diaspórico que reclama un tono más oscuro del café que lo proclama. Crecí en el fuego iracundo de una colonia en donde el pueblo no inhiben por la memoria. Dan bisturía sus perfiles por un complejo. Jamás cuadré su bonanza, pasó Montejo. Mis credenciales bailaron con Montel Jordan. Con esos mudos caminas y me desbordan. Soy cuentacuentos, doy clase y vendo canciones. Prendan motores, llegamos abusadores. Soy Anacleto, morones tras bastidores. Vamos metiendo tercera y desaprendiendo. Muévete al paso sin peso y con dividendo. Usted elige el proceso, yo voy contento.
Ask you what your interests are, who you be with, things to make you smile, what numbers to dial. You gon' be here for a while, I'm gon' call my crew, you gon' call your crew. We can rendezvous at the bar around 2. Ask you what your interests are, who you be with, things to make you smile, what numbers to dial. You gon' be here for a while, I'm gon' call my crew, you gon' call your crew. We can rendezvous at the bar around 2.
Your orchestration, your mama need a standing ovation. Make that woman some dinner for a perfect creation. Is she an artist for how she put you together forever? I work hard to make me wanna be better, for betterment of my people. We starting off in the dawn. So tonight we rebels without a cause. No opposition, your friends and my friends is chilling. Nobody tripping, the definition of winning.
Chula benéfica y pura, resaca de una lluvia de fluidos sin premura. Lenguas nativas como lengua y saliva. Pide más en mar cautiva, quiere dar con iniciativa. Un orgiástico sabático encendida. Para la descarga es que es el primero del mes. Si ellos no creen lo que ven, su mundo gira al revés. Si ellos no creen lo que ven, su mundo gira al revés.